that is plant kingdom. So when we are discussing about that topic, when we are discussing about the plant kingdom beta, then the plant kingdom that have contained the 5 phylum, the plant kingdom beta that contain the 5 phylum. And when we are discussing about the plant kingdom, then the diversification in our earth that is completed in case of plant with the help of 5 types or 5 phylum, and these are Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. So first of all, we are move or just look on the diversification of the plant kingdom. When we are discussing about the classification of the plant kingdom, then the classification are mainly work with the help of two important words. One is the cryptogams and second one is the beta phanerogams. The two words cryptogams and phanerogams, they actually indicate the basic characteristics with the behalf of their similarity and dissimilarities. Means when we are discussing about that word cryptogams are those plant beta, they have not contained the seed, and the plant they have not contained the seed, they are not participate in the process of sexual reproduction. So these are the basic characteristics of cryptogams plant. Cryptogams plant are those plants they have not contained the seed, or the plant they have not contained the seed, it means they have not contained the flower. And if the plant they have not contained the flower beta, it means they are not participate in the process of sexual reproduction. In biologically term, we have used the word inconspicuous. Cryptogams plant are those plants they are inconspicuous in nature, or inconspicuous reproductive organs. Inconspicuous reproductive organs means the reproductive organs they are not well developed. The reproductive organs they are not well developed, they are not participate in the process of fertilization beta. That's why the word have been used cryptogams over there. And second one is the phanerogams. The plant they have contained the seed, or the seed bearing plant. So the plant is diversified, or the classification of the plant is initially started with the help of these two words beta. One is cryptogams and second one is phanerogams. One plant contain the seed and second plant have not contained the seed. So behalf of the seed, the plant is divided into two equal parts, that is called the cryptogams and phanerogams. Now when we move on the topic cryptogams, then cryptogams plants are again divided into three parts. These are called the Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Thallophyta are those plants they are mainly grow in water. They have not contained the well developed reproductive organs. They are not participate in the process of sexual reproduction. When we move on the next Bryophyta, then they are contain well developed vascular bundles. Means xylem and phloem, transportation water and transportation of food we have seen in bryophytes and pteridophyta, these plants. So behalf of cryptogams, the classification within the plant of cryptogams are Thallophyta, Bryophyta and beta Pteridophyta. But when we are discussing the phanerogams, then they are mainly classified into two parts, that's called the gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnosperm are the plants, they have not contain or they have not bear the flower, but they contain the seeds. And angiospermic plant are also known as flowering plant. That's why the word is used sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Because the plant, they bear the flower, they are mainly participate in the process of reproduction. And the plant, they are not bear the flower, they are not participate in the process of sexual reproduction. If the plant, they are not bear the flower, but they are formed the seed, these plants also participate in the process of sexual mode of reproduction. So this is all about the classification of the plant with the help of flowchart. This is a simple flowchart, beta. You have seen. This is a simple flowchart, and with the help of this flowchart, I explain the classification of the plant, or I explain the complete plant kingdom. Now, with the help of some important points, now we elaborate the plant kingdom and the type of plant kingdom. So now we explain the basic characteristic feature, characteristic feature of plant kingdom. So when you're discussing about that part, beta, plant are mainly counted in plant kingdom. And in plant kingdom, 5 phylum we are mainly counted: Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Angiosperm, and Gymnosperm. But these phylum of the plant kingdom are mainly differentiated with the two words, that's called the cryptogams and phanerogams. So we will start the plant kingdom with the basic characteristics feature. Then all the plants have their specific habit and habitat. Habitat means adaptation. So all the plants have their specific habit and habitat. Means all the plant, they are grow in our environment, contain a specific geographical areas, and that acquire geographical areas with the help of their habitat. Habitat means when we are discussing about the aquatic plant. So these plants are aquatic in nature. They are mainly grow in water. So that is the habitat of that water, that plant. They are mainly grow in the water. So when we are discussing about the habitat of the plant, in that case we are saying the xerophytic plant, they are not grow in the aquatic nature, and the aquatic plant, they are not grow in the terrestrial environment, because all the plants are grow with the help of their adaptation or with the help of their habitat. When we are discussing about the plant, then one thing is universal in our atmosphere, that the plant have contain a pigment, and with the help of that pigment the food is formed. And what is the name of that pigment? That is chlorophyll. So beta, always be remember, the plant have contain a green pigment, and the name of the pigment is chlorophyll. The name of the pigment is chlorophyll. And the plant make their own food in the presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. That complete process is called photosynthesis. So that is important point that you always be remembered, that plant are universally participate in the process of photosynthesis. When we explain the word photosynthesis, then they are divided into two parts. One is photo and second one is synthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means formation. So photosynthesis means with the help of light, something is formed. With the help of light, something is formed, that is called the photosynthesis. And in the presence of sunlight, the food is formed. That's why that word photosynthesis beta is mainly used in plants. If we are discussing about the chemical reaction of the photosynthesis, then you all know very well. CO2 plus H2O, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, the plant make their own food, C6H12O6, plus O2 is released out. You know very well, the plant intake carbon dioxide from the environment for their food, and the plant release oxygen. The plant intake carbon dioxide, and the plant have released the oxygen. So CO2 plus H2O, these are the two inorganic components, CO2 plus H2O. They are react with each other, and in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, they will make their own food, C6H12O6. So question is arise, and the answer is already discussed, that what is the function of chlorophyll in that complete reaction. In that complete reaction of photosynthesis, what exactly the function of chlorophyll or chloroplast? Any student?
Sir, please repeat the question.
Any student?
Sir, please repeat the
Yes,
question.
Naman?
Sir, एक बार question repeat कर दो.
Naman, what is the function of chlorophyll in the reaction of photosynthesis? What is the function of chlorophyll?
Sir, to store food.
Yes.
Sir, in the
Ayushi,
formation of food.
the formation of food. Ayushi, are you listening?
Yes.
What the function of chlorophyll? What the function of chlorophyll?
So it provides energy.
The function of chlorophyll
So may
in the
I answer?
process. Yes, yes, beta.
Sir, the green pigment traps the light energy from the sun and produces energy in the plant.
Very good. Good. The function of chlorophyll in the process of photosynthesis is beta. They provide the temperature to the rate of reaction. And this is a very important concept. This is a very important concept in the science, that all the reaction have been take place with the help of enzymes or enzymatic activities and temperature. Means beta, if we have not provide the appropriate temperature, if we have not provide the suitable temperature to the reaction, then the reaction have not been take place. Or if we have not provide the appropriate temperature to the reactant, then we have not obtained the product. The product is formed with the help of temperature. And one example is, so many times one example are explained in front of you, that when you're discussing about the curd, the milk is converted into curd. Then the milk is converted into curd not only because of lactobacillus bacteria that convert the milk into curd. No. If we have not provide the optimum temperature to the bacteria, then that bacteria is not work properly and the milk is not converted into curd beta. Means if we have take the milk and we have add the lactobacillus bacteria in the milk, and if we have put the milk in the freezer, then the milk is not converted into curd. Why the milk is not converted into curd beta? Because we have not provided the optimum temperature to the milk. to the bacteria. The bacteria, they are convert the milk into curd. That bacteria is need an appropriate temperature. And if we have not provide the appropriate temperature to that bacteria inside the milk, then the milk is not converted into curd. The same concept is work in our environment, that the temperature is play a very important role for chemical reaction. That's why the main function of chlorophyll is beta, they actually trap the sunlight. The main function of chlorophyll beta, they actually trap the sunlight. They actually trap the sunlight. And after trapping the sunlight, that sunlight means temperature. After trapping the sunlight, they gain the temperature, and then that temperature is given or provided to the CO2 plus H2O. These two components, carbon dioxide and water, they are react with each other in an appropriate temperature, and that temperature is provided by the chlorophyll. So the chlorophyll, chloroplast provide the temperature to the CO2 and H2O, and then after the CO2 and H2O is converted into glucose beta. That is the overall concept of chloroplast and CO2 and H2O. Third thing, when we are discussing about the cell wall and cell membrane, cell wall and cell membrane, and the difference between cell wall and cell membrane is beta. Cell membrane is living and cell wall is non-living. The difference between cell wall and cell membrane is the cell wall is non-living structure and the cell membrane is living structure. What is the difference between these two, non-living and living? In case of plant, the cell wall is dead because the cell wall is made up of cellulose. In case of plant, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, and the cellulose is not dissolved in water, and the water does not cross the structure of cellulose. That's why the outer part of the cellulose is dead. The structure, the water, they have not been passed out the structure. In that case, in that situation, that structure is not survive. That structure is not living. That's why the structure of cell wall in case of plant is dead, because the cellulose is an organic molecular structure. The water is not dissolved in that part. That's why the cell wall is dead in case of plant. Next, when we are discussing about the plant kingdom, then we are saying the plant are mainly classified into two major divisions. One is the cryptogams and second one is the phanerogams beta. When we are discussing about the cryptogams are the plants, they have not contained the seed. They have not contained the seed, or in the other word we are saying the reproductive parts are not well developed. The reproductive cells are not well developed. They are hidden. So this is a very important characteristics of cryptogams. The cryptogams are those plants, they are not participate in the process of sexual mode of reproduction because the reproductive organs are hidden. Or we are saying the reproductive structures are found, but they are not participate in the process of reproduction. So these structures are sterile in nature. That's why the cryptogams plants, they actually produce the spore. Spore is a Latin word, and the meaning of that word spore means rounded structure. So the plant, they are not participate in the process of sexual reproduction, or the reproductive structures are hidden. Obviously, these plants have also increase their own number. They also increase their own population. That's why they are participate in the process of asexual mode of reproduction. The sexual mode of reproduction have not been take place, but then after they have increased their own number, they have increased their population. So the population, their number is increased with the help of asexual mode of reproduction. And in asexual mode of reproduction, the reproductive cell, they are mainly participate. These cells are called the spore cell. Means instead of seed, cryptogams plant have bear the spore or produce the spore. And with the help of these spore-like structure, they increase their own number. They increase their population. Because these spores are mainly participate in asexual mode of reproduction. They are mainly participate in asexual mode of reproduction. So this is the important or major characteristics of cryptogams. Next point, you elaborate very well. So these plants do not have flower or fruits, obviously. If they have contained the flower, obviously they are also the formation of seed, but they have not contained the seed, they have not contained the fruits. That's why they are not participating in the process of sexual mode of reproduction. That's why the line is written over there. These plants, cryptogams plants, are those plants they have not contained or bear or produce the flower and fruit. And cryptogams have contained mainly 3 phylum. They have contained mainly 3 types of plant in cryptogams. These are called the Thallophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. Behalf of the cryptogams, they are classified into 3 main parts, beta. These are Thallophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. Next part is written over there, that's called the phanerogams. Phanerogams are the plants, they produce the seed. And obviously, the plants, they contain the seed, or the production of seed have been take place. These plants are mainly participate in the process of sexual mode of reproduction. So these plants are more implemented version of the plant kingdom. Means if we are discussing about the cryptogams and phanerogams, then the phanerogams plants are more implemented as compared to cryptogams plant. That's why the phanerogams plant produce the seed and they are mainly participate in the process of sexual mode of reproduction. In phanerogams, maximum plant produce the flower. That's why they are participating in the process of sexual mode of reproduction. But some plant are not produce the flower, like Cycas and Pinus. Cycas and Pinus are the plant, they do not bear the flower, they do not produce the flower, but they are participate in the process of sexual mode of reproduction. They contain archegonium and anthropodium are the 2 male and female reproductive structures. Behalf of these structures, they are participate in the process of sexual mode of reproduction, beta. So the two type of plants mainly counted in phanerogams. One, they bear the flower, they produce the flower. These are called the angiospermic plant. And second, they don't produce the flower or they don't bear the flower, and these are called the beta gymnospermic plant. These are called the gymnospermic plant. The things is very much clear to you all or not? Ayushi, Naman, the things is clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the basic characteristics or basic division. Behalf of the division, complete plant kingdom is distributed or diversified. Cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams contain three main parts or three main phylum, that's called the Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. And phanerogams have contained the two main phylum, that's called the Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Now we are move on the main part or the first phylum, that is called the lowermost phylum of the plant kingdom, that is called Thallophyta. Lowermost phylum of plant kingdom, that is called the Thallophyta. That phylum Thallophyta is contain least cell organelles. They have not contained organ level of organization. They have not contained tissues. They are not well developed participant in the process of metabolism. That's why they are at the bottom. That Thallophyta are mainly count at the least, or they are not well developed plant in the plant kingdom. Thallophyta. Lowermost phylum of plant kingdom. Why? Why? Because they have not contained the well developed reproductive organs. Thallophyta are the plants, they have not contained well developed reproductive organs. They are inconspicuous. They contain inconspicuous reproductive organs. Inconspicuous reproductive parts or organs are those organs, they are not participate in the process of fertilization, and in that case we have used a word that's called the sterile, sterile. Second, these plant beta, they have not well differentiated root, stem and leaf. If I have take a plant of Thallophyta and I just show to you all, then you don't identify where is the root, where is the stem and where is the leaf. The root, stem and leaf are not well differentiated when we are discussing about the Thallophyta. Vascular bundles are absent. Vascular bundles are not well developed in Thallophyta. What are the vascular bundles, Ayushi? Ayushi, what are the vascular bundles, beta? What are the vascular bundles? Aryan.
Vascular bundle.
Yes, Ayush.
Sir, it is a part of the transport system.
Very good, is a part of transport system. Very good. But tell me the name of the vascular tissues or vascular bundle.
Xylem.
Very good, xylem and phloem, beta. So xylem and very good, bache. So when we are discussing about the Thallophyta, then we are saying the Thallophyta plant have not contained the well developed vascular bundles. They have not contained the well developed xylem and phloem. Means the transportation of water and the transportation of food have not been take place in Thallophyta. And we have counted red, green and brown algae. In Thallophyta, we are mainly count the algae, and algae are mainly grow inside the water. They are aquatic in nature. They are mainly grow in water. That's why three type of algae, that's called the red, green and brown, and the biological name of these three are: red algae are called the rhodophyceae, green algae is called the chlorophyceae, and brown algae is called the phaeophyceae. Chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae and rhodophyceae, these are the three type of algae. They are mainly counted in Thallophyta, and these three type of algae, beta, they are mainly grow in the aquatic environment. They are growing in the water. And their structure is not differentiated. The structure is not differentiated means they have not contained well developed structures. They have not contained root. They have not contained stem. They have not contained leaf. But these are counted in Thallophyta because these three are participating in the process of beta photosynthesis. These three are mainly participating in the process of photosynthesis. So this is all about the topic of plant kingdom, and we have discussed a very important topic of the plant kingdom. We have discussed a very important phylum of the plant kingdom, that's called the Thallophyta. So in next class we are discussing about the Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So when we are discussing about the Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, then first topic is complete, that's the cryptogams, and then after we move on the phanerogams. That's contain the two part, that's called the xylem and that's called the angiosperm and gymnosperm beta. Clear or not, bachche?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir, clear.
So student, again you all prepare for the test. Tomorrow I conduct a test from the Google form. Tomorrow I conduct a test from the Google form, objective test of 15 marks with Google form. Topic Protista and Monera. Only two topics you prepare. One is Protista and second one is Monera beta. Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that test is very necessary or important for all the students. The students, they are not given the test tomorrow, I will permanently block from my side in this class. So student, if any student have any query, you can ask me. If any student have any query.
No, sir, no query. All is clear.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, बच्चे.
Thank you, sir.